get what it gives, you know, without having to modify it. And I just like the personality. It's just like you get in the car and it's kind of one of those cars. It's just I don't care. I just do what I want. My name is Jonathan David Ortiz, and I date a 2013 Mustang GT. The suspension's a little loose in the back, so it's really easy to go sideways or just break loose, and that's pretty fun.
When I get in it, I go back in time. It looks a bit different than my dad's 66, but there's a lot of cues that are still in there. I feel like I get a chance to experience more of the American culture as well. The fact that the Ford engineers put so much time into it, like designing a decent, just a beautiful, beautiful engine. All it took for this car was some axle back mufflers and 385 to the wheel. There you go. You're driving around, and I just love the fact that every now and then, like, you know, an old OG dude or just, you know, a person in general, like, oh, your car sounds great, and I just speed off like an asshole, and they're like, yeah, it's the best. It's like the car's like, finally, I'm getting let loose. You know, you could hear it's happy to just freaking go out.
I've got a 73 240Z, I've got a 84 300ZX, I've got a 2003 350Z, and I guess we could still consider the Mustang a project car as well. Favorite car? I don't have one. I have one in respects, in the sense that if I want something that's going to take me across the country comfortably, but you know, I can still take out a guy that goes next to me on the freeway, it'd be the Mustang. If I want something just for the sake of like all the experiences and the relationship, it'd be the 350. With the 240, it actually started with the fact that I just wanted to modify the 350, but honestly, in order to modify the 350 to where it's really worthwhile, it's kind of like where you have to get boost or a lot of NA work, and that's a lot of money. And so I thought to myself, you know what, before I go ruining the 350, I just want another car. So I was looking around and I started discovering the 240, and you know, you figure I would have known that stuff by that time, and no, that wasn't the case. I recognized its beauty, and I started talking to a friend of mine named Marcus, and I was telling him, hey, I want a 240, and later on he sent me this this link, and it was to this 240 that was going for $6,000 out in San Diego, and I saw the pictures and I was like, God damn, it's a beautiful car. So I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll just go check it out. And it's no big deal, I'll just go check it out, and that's that. So I drove out to San Diego just to check it out, right? It's only like a 3-hour drive. And I get out there and I meet the owner, and I'm driving to check out the car. As I go to pull up to see it, I saw it from a distance, and I just couldn't believe what I was looking at. The proportions, the lines, the curves, the wheels, the stance, everything was just perfect. It was a sight to see, and I got a chance to talk to the original owner. He was a really cool guy, and he took me for a little test drive in it, and the suspension was shit. It was shot, but it didn't matter. It still felt good. I drove off, and I told the guy thanks. I got to think about it a little bit, and he's like, cool, sure. He gave me my time, and man, I had like a freaking, I don't know what it's called when you have a bunch of butterflies, but my stomach was full of them. I didn't tell my dad, because my dad had been like, no, John, that's not smart. You know, being in school, being with all those things, you just, you know, don't have the funding, especially if you don't have the space. And then I thought about my grandfather. My grandfather, he, you know, luckily for him, he had the money, right? And he was a big time car collector. He had a bunch of cool cars. I thought of him. I thought about him, and I thought to get his advice. So I'm in San Diego. I drove back to Dana Point, and they welcomed me in, and I told my grandfather about the situation. And he's like, "Does your dad know?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "He, it'll be all a little secret." And without even thinking about it, he just hooked me up. Like, yeah, he saw the what I was feeling with the car, and I think he felt it too. So being the G he was, he just fucking pulled out the $6,000. There, go get it. You know, all excited as fuck. You know, I go back and go pick up the car. I wasn't scared anymore. As I paid for the car, I signed some stuff. I took off. Went to my aunt's house in Murrieta in the 350. Remember, 350 was with me this entire time. And then we, my brother was there, or something to that effect, and he rides back with me, and my aunt follows me in her Suburban. And by then it's already nighttime by the time we get back to pick up the 240. And the previous owner comes out, and he's like, "Hey, you know, here, have this stuff too." He gave me a freaking new old stock hood. He gave me a dash. He gave me a bunch of other parts with the car. It was pretty cool. And so we take the other stuff back to my aunt's house, and I end up staying the night at my aunt's house. You know, 240, all spoiled, got a chance to stay in the garage, and the 350 stayed outside. And the next morning, I step out and turn on the 350, and the 350 is like, it doesn't want to start, it's just spitting stuff everywhere, it's just being a complete bitch, and I knew she was jealous. Basically, I just want to make this car what it deserves to be. I like to inspire people, because there's a lot of, you know, "Oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should go do this." And in reality, it's just a bunch of bullshit. You have only so much time, so, you know, do something that you really like.